marijuana can cause paranoia. How much pot do you smoke?
Huh?
Do you cheat on her?
No.
Are guys climbing through the window?
No.
I know for a fact that you cheated on me with my neighbors.
She's just talking to him through the walls.
Yeah, I can hear him.
He'll put like little sticks under the tires of the car. He's like, the stick was like this, and now it's like this.
Your neighbor Mike is here. He's gonna come through this window right here.
I've never seen a dude act like that before.
Dan, you gotta realize you got the problem.
No, I don't have the problem.
Yes, you do.
Let's get to the results. Yeah. You were with him and pregnant when he made this tape.
Yeah. Naked chicks. You want a cookie? You want a cookie?
See that jumper? There's more.
I put this girl out there to make the money. She's a prostitute, people.
Were you prostituting?
No, I wasn't.
So who's lying here?
I'm gonna prove that it's his child.
And you said you're hoping you're not the father.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Took a DNA test, we're gonna find out.
You wanna get smacked?
Security?
My guest Danny says he can't trust his girlfriend. He's even gone to the extremes of setting booby traps to try and catch her cheating. And there's more. The man he thinks she's cheating with is their neighbor. Take a look.
I'm here today because my boyfriend thinks that I've been cheating on him. He sets up booby traps for me because he thinks I'm sneaking out in the middle of the night. He'll put like little sticks under the tires of the car just to see if it was moved. And he says they're not in the same spot. The car was moved, and I never touched the car. He'll put our car keys in a certain way. That way he'll know if they're moved or not. He's written down the mileage in the car. When I text my friends, he thinks that I have secret names for the guys that I'm texting. Most nights I won't be able to sleep because he keeps me up all night long, accusing me of talking to people through the walls. He thinks that my neighbor and I are messing around. He thinks that the neighbor will sneak over in the middle of the night, or he'll think that I message him on my cell phone. He's so obsessed with thinking that I'm cheating that he's driving himself crazy. He's been my one and only, and I've never done anything to him for him to think that I'm cheating on him. I'm stressed out all the time. I feel like I've done everything I could possibly do for him and prove to him that I love him. It just hurts that the person that I love the most is accusing me of cheating on him. I've proved to him hundreds of times that I've been faithful, that I love him, and it's just never good enough for him.
2.5 years is a long time to think that somebody's cheating on you.
Yeah.
Why are you still with her?
Well, because I love her. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but
like when I'm away
you know-
from her, I can't be like away from her. You know, it's hard on me. So.
Now, do you put like in the tape? You put a little stick behind her tire. Do you do things like that?
Yeah, I've done stuff like that. I feel like she has honestly cheated on me, and I'm gonna be the one that gets hurt at the end of this, not her.
When you watch that tape and she's already hurt, right? She's hurt already that you're accusing her of this because she says, not only haven't I cheated, you're the one and only for her.
Well, I just don't believe it because a while ago, I had a buddy living with me. You know, he was like, I came home, I seen a shirt on my floor, and I asked him, but I was like, you know, you guys doing something behind my back? And she, you know, they both said no. A day later, I go back in my room, and there's a green shirt, and imprinted on it says, "You bet your sweet ass." So I was like, you know what I mean? I just put two and two together. It's like I've never had caught her doing it, but I.
The shirt says, "You bet your sweet ass"?
Yeah, there was no shirt in my room, and then all of a sudden another one of his shirts.
So you think somebody was sending you a message like, "You bet your sweet ass I'm sleeping with your girlfriend"?
Right.
Did you ask him if he put the shirt there?
Yeah, he don't know how it got there again.
And you think she's cheating now, right?
Yeah.
With who?
With Mike, my neighbor.
Why do you think that?
Because it'll be late at night, you know, I'll hear him, he'll type me on Facebook, and then he'll just won't talk to me for 15 minutes, and I'll hear him outside, and, you know, she's in the back, so she's talking to somebody, I hear him all the time. I mean,
But
he's
she's
up
in the
all night.
house and he's outside.
Huh? No, you said he's in the house. Yeah, but my walls on my house are thin. You know what I mean? That you can hear, and it's
So I'm
quiet
saying
out
though,
there.
but
So-
your girlfriend's in the house and he's outside.
Yeah.
Well, no matter how thin those walls are, they can't be having sex, right?
Well, he comes through the window when
He comes through the window.
Yes, I honestly believe
But if
that.
you're coming through the window and those walls are real thin, wouldn't the whole wall just collapse?
Well, it's not that thing.
Have you seen this guy crawling through your window?
I've heard it. Well, I've heard noises, you know what I mean?
And now you're at the point you don't even let Missy cook for you, right?
Yeah, I don't trust her anymore, no.
Why don't you let her cook for you?
Because I think she's doing stuff to it, you know, she's spitting in it because I had a drink on my counter, I took a sip of it, I put it back down, I go to the bathroom, I come back, I take a sip off it and like slime down in my throat. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Okay, if you're at the point where you don't trust your girlfriend, you think she's spitting in your food, you know, people are crawling through your windows, why stay with somebody like that?
Because I know once I do break up with her and leave her, yeah, it'll be all right for a few days, and then I'm gonna be all sad and depressed and not want to do nothing and stay inside and not do nothing, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you a question I want you to answer honestly, right? How much pot do you smoke?
I don't know, I smoke like a bowl a day, maybe.
Hold on. How much do you smoke?
Just like a bowl once in a while.
A bowl?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Marijuana can cause paranoia.
No, man, I'm paranoid, and it's not the weed.
You're not paranoid.
Well, no, I am a little paranoid about things, but it's not the weed doing it.
Right. So now let me ask you another question. Do you cheat on your girlfriend?
I cheated on her one time. That's it.
Just once?
Just one time, because I suspected her of cheating on me because of the way she was treating me, you know?
Do you cheat on her?
No.
Are guys climbing through the window?
No.
I know for a fact that you cheated on me with my neighbors.
She's talking to him through the walls.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Your neighbor Mike is here. He's gonna come through this window right here. Do you cheat on her?
No.
Are guys climbing through the window?
No.
I know for a fact that you cheated on me with my neighbors.
Listen, it sounds like a crazy story, okay? And I think if you cut back on the marijuana use, you might not be so paranoid. Because little tree limbs behind a tire, you know, setting keys a certain way, if you have to live that way, if it gets to that point, it's not worth it, man.
No, I hear you.
Now, she took a lie detector test, and obviously she passes. Will that cure some of this paranoia?
That would help.
That would help. And if she fails, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Probably be really pissed off.
Well, yeah, I know you'd be pissed off, but would you finally break up with her?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
And then maybe go back and put some insulation and some drywall over your walls.
Right.
Let's bring out Missy.
I'm sick and tired.
Whatever, I know
I'm
for a
telling you every
fact that
day
you
I'm
cheated
not
on
cheating
me,
you.
and
Where's the proof?
Where's the proof?
Where is it,
We're
Danny?
gonna have proof as soon as
You're
stuff
right,
goes
we're gonna
down,
have
all right?
proof that
I know
you-
that
that you are wrong.
You're with one of my best friends. Now you're with my neighbors.
Have you caught me going out in the middle of the house? Have I not been by your side
Missy,
the whole
people
entire
were right
time?
outside trying to pick you up in the middle of the night. And who was there? Mike. And
didn't-
he's the only one that was alone, right?
Danny, Mike sat there and told you that he was getting
No.
picked up by his friends. He's your friend. He's not my friend.
Let me take over from here. Do you cheat on him?
No.
Do you spit in his food?
No.
Are guys climbing through the window?
No.
Do you engage in sex on the living room floor with other men besides your
No.
boyfriend? Did you put the T-shirt in the bedroom that said, what did it say?
You bet your sweet
No.
ass.
You love him?
I do.
And it's got to be tough being constantly accused of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
How did you notice that he was putting twigs behind your car tire?
Because he would come up to me, he's like, why is the stick moved? What happened with it? I'm like, what stick? What are you talking about? He's like, the stick was like this, and now it's like this. I'm like, well, I didn't touch the stick. The keys were like this, and now they're like this. I didn't even know where the keys were.
You ever have sex with a neighbor?
Never.
Never? Ever fantasize about him?
No.
Okay.
You were the one telling me when he moved in, oh, he's cute. Yeah,
When he came in, I
it goes
I
from
said,
that to
oh,
he's ugly, he's this, he's that.
I
You're
don't
just
think I ever said
downing
that he's
him.
cute.
It doesn't
What?
matter.
I honestly don't think I ever said he's cute. I said, he's
but
a
you
nice
know what?
guy.
I think a couple should say, oh, he's cute, they're cute. You make
Because
games
you're right, because he tells me every day how everybody else in the world is better looking than me.
That's the man's body style I want right there. That's the same guy right there. Oh, he's cute. That's what you're saying, and then you're acting like...
You're not spitting in his food, right?
No.
'Cause that's pretty disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Okay.
And he'll
That's
make
the way
me...
she is. I won't even eat anything she
He'll
cooks.
make me eat the food, make me try it before he'll even try it, just to ensure that I'm not doing anything
Okay,
to
so
him.
she's eating... Oh
And then
my
he
God.
says,
I
oh,
don't
guess
trust-
it doesn't
I
matter
don't
that you
trust
eat your own
anybody
spit.
anymore.
So
So right.
if she eats the food that you want her to taste, and are you okay with it then?
Well, she eats at least half of it, I am.
Your neighbor Mike is here. Let's. He's gonna come through this window right here. Let's bring out Mike. Wait. Same body type. What's going on?
What, Mike? What, are you trying to say something to me, man?
Man, I'm sick and tired of you saying that I'm cheating.
Dude, I'll straight up
your
right
girl,
here, man. I don't even care, man. I'm scared of you.
Sick of you saying that,
Don't
man.
swear. Don't swear.
You're supposed to
Yeah,
be my
okay,
boy. I
just
go
shut
over
up.
there, I pop
Saying-
lunch with you. This is how you
Stop
act, man.
swearing.
No. You're getting into more than weed, man. Something.
Yeah, all right.
She's talking to him through the walls.
Yeah, I can hear a man's voice compared to a girl's voice.
I'd never seen a dude act like that before.
Dan, you gotta realize you've got the problem.
No, I don't have the
Yes,
problem.
you do.
Let's get to the results. She's talking to him through the walls.
Yeah, I can hear a man's voice compared to a girl's voice.
So I gotta ask you, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you climb through the window?
No, I don't climb through the window. I stay in my house and he's on the computer all the
You're
time trying to
sketching me.
get at
Just
me.
come over when you need
I don't
something.
talk to him, you know what I mean? I don't need to talk to him every
So
2
you're not
seconds.
sleeping with his
No, I'm
girlfriend?
not sleeping with his girl.
You're
no.
not creeping
He's supposed to be
in?
my friend, you know what I mean? But he acts all crazy, like I'm sleeping with her.
Why do you
she's
think
sleep-
he acts this crazy?
I have no idea.
Could
really.
it be the pot?
I think it's something else. But I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right. I know what you mean.
I don't know. Maybe he's cheating on her. Maybe he. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's
I
usually-
don't know.
yeah.
I don't
Do you
know.
think he's cheating on
I've
you?
never seen a dude act like that before.
No, you don't think he's.
I was heartbroken when he did the first time.
And,
So-
and she's always crying.
Because that caused you so much pain, you don't think he would do that again?
I like Missy as a friend. She's cool. You know what I mean? But I can't even really talk to her
Seems
because
like-
Danny thinks I'm. You know what I mean?
Dude, there's been like 3 different times I've heard his voice outside of my house. You know, I'm not stupid,
and
man.
she's
We
in the
got-
house talking to him.
You know what I mean?
Through the walls.
Yeah, I can hear a man's voice compared to a girl's voice. You know what I mean? I
mean-
can hear her whispering, and I know her voice in a whisper. You know what I mean? He was just texting her the other day. I was
They're
giving him a
neighbors.
ride somewhere. It doesn't
They're
matter.
neighbors.
dude.
And they weren't
Steve,
texting.
Close
I
to my
wasn't texting her.
girlfriend.
No.
I wasn't texting
I was
him.
not texting her, Steve.
Listen, even if you did, she's your neighbor, he's your buddy.
Yeah, I
you
thought,
wouldn't do
you
that.
know, I like the kid.
That's
He's a
the
good
code,
kid,
right?
but
That's
he
the
just,
guy code,
yeah,
right?
I wouldn't do that. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just
And
embarrassed
you'll
because
find
he's
out
honestly
something.
making
Lie
himself
detector test.
look like he's crazy, and I don't want to
No,
do
well,
that
no,
to
it's-
him.
No,
He
that's
needs
no,
help or
listen.
something.
I didn't
it's
want
not
to make him look
crazy,
like
it's
he
all
was
true.
crazy.
Who called the show?
Me.
Okay, you called the show because you're tired of this, right?
I am. I can't
And
sleep.
you're willing to take a lie detector test to prove to him that you're not doing this.
Yeah.
And if you pass and he doesn't change,
I can't live like it. I can't. I'm going to be starting school. I want to make something of myself. And for me staying home, me staying home with him and being worried.
you know what? You might have to put your foot down about the pot usage.
Yeah.
You might have to say, if you want to be with me, you got to stop smoking pot because it's making you too paranoid.
And that's the thing is, I know he loves me because he's done a lot to change. Like, he used to drink every day. He stopped drinking for me. He got a job, and he was, you know, doing what he could do and to prove to me he loved me.
Let's get to the results.
Yeah.
Getting no love. You know what I mean? I was no. I'm the one who's not getting
Missy
love
took a
here.
lie detector test, and she was asked, "Are you currently cheating on Danny?" She answered no. "Have you ever had sexual contact with Mike?" She answered no. "Have you ever had sexual contact with another man while in a relationship with Danny?" She said no. "Have you ever tampered with Danny's food or drink?" She answered no. And the results for your lie detector tests, and they're all the same, they came back all the same way.
We all know I told the truth.
You told the truth.
Then how can you explain lighters showing up? Things just happen like that.
2 years, you put me through hell and you're worried about
I'm moving out of
something?
that place because it's haunted to
Everywhere.
because
You
I
gotta
don't
realize
care.
you got the problem.
No, I don't have the problem.
Yes, you do. And I tell you one time, one more accused of saying that I'm a cheater, calling me names. I am so done.
I don't even believe you, and I still don't believe it. I still don't believe it. I know it's true. It's gotta be true, but I don't believe it.
Well,
I know it's true, man.
anything
It's just
you
that she
wanna-
lies
anything
about
you wanna
everything.
say to Mike?
Mike, I just want to say sorry. If legit, then
well, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well,
she
I
passed. Hold
just-
on, stop. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry. Her, you're like, no, I don't believe it. And what about this and that?
it's just been so much lies and so much
You know
stuff
what?
I've went
You're gonna
through.
end up hurt and depressed, like you said you're gonna be. That's what's gonna happen.
I already
here.
am, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Beat
So
myself
you know
up
what I
over
would
nothing.
say? I would say he's saying, well, it doesn't matter. Basically, his reaction is, you took the lie detector twice, right?
Yeah.
So basically, she took the lie detector twice. She passed both times, and basically he's saying, I don't care.
No, I do care.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because that's not the reaction of somebody who cares. And you can say whatever you want. You need to stop smoking so much pot because it's screwing up your head. Oh, I didn't even know that. Here's a surprise. You took a lie detector test. Do you want me to read his results? Other than the one female Missy already knows about, have you ever had sexual intercourse with other women during your relationship with Missy? The answer, no. Results for that question is, you were with him and pregnant when he made this tape.
Yeah, naked chicks. I'm gonna prove that it's his child.
And you said you're hoping you're not the father.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Took a DNA test, we're gonna find out. Have you ever had sexual intercourse with other women during your relationship with Missy? He answered no. Results for that question is, are you currently cheating on Missy? He answered no. Results for that question is, he told the truth. Other than the one female Missy already knows about, have you ever had sexual intercourse with other women during your relationship with Missy? He answered no. He did not tell the truth.
I didn't cheat on you, so I don't care what that paper says because it's not true.
Have you
I
ever
wouldn't do
tampered
that.
with Missy's food or drink?
No.
You answered no, and you told the truth. I don't know if you heard, we asked him if he ever tampered with your food and drink.
Who did you cheat on me with,
Missy,
Diddy?
I did it. There's nobody else to even know.
Let me finish. Okay?
Oh, I can't believe it. I
Friggin' we
won't
live in
ever
a
cheat
state.
you. I've only been with him.
State, but we only have like this many people in there, man.
He didn't tamper with your food or drink. And then Dan Ribicoff, who administers our lie detector test, his notes for this test are, subject kept stating that he was nervous during the test. This is the common excuse for failing. Subject continued to leak deception as he asked if he passed the test on several occasions. He then stated twice, I should pass as I'm pretty sure I told the truth.
All right, you're gonna ask someone who's paranoid, supposedly, if they're nervous.
So,
You know what I mean?
the
I have
results
anxiety,
said that
dude.
he had
And you're trying to ask
sex
me if
with
I'm
another woman.
nervous. Like,
Well, but even nervousness or anxiety would not influence your test results.
all right, whatever.
So who was it? That same girl?
The only person I can think about that it even was back in the day when we first got together, before anything even solid happened with us, that was pretty much it.
You know what? The truth of it is, who cares? I mean, I know
Well,
you
that
care
was
because
it.
this is your relationship, but the thing is, you came here, you passed the test. This guy doesn't pass about being honest about cheating on you. He's putting, the neighbors through hell. He's putting you through hell. When do you finally say, you know what, enough's enough. Until you change, you can't be with me.
You have destroyed my life.
You've destroyed my life.
How?
You
What did I
freaking
do to
sucked
you?
every last penny right out of me
Hey,
for
you
all
know-
the
Have I
you
done?
want.
Hey,
Oh, my
pothead,
God.
get off my stage. Now, I like you, Missy. I really do, and I think you've suffered enough. So here's the deal. We're gonna play pick a door here. Out that door is Mr. Pothead, who not only doesn't care that you passed the lie detector test, that puts you through hell for 2 years, but he can't pass his own damn lie detector test. All right? And out this door is the Steve Wilkos Show, me and my staff. We're gonna help you get yourself back on your feet. If you wanna say, hey, you know what? I deserve better for myself, and I think there's a guy out that door that's gonna treat me a lot better, go out that door. So, the show's over. We're all curious. What are you gonna do with your life?
The reason why I came on the show was to
And we
prove
gave
to
it
him.
to you. And we gave it to you.
Yeah. And
Now, what are you gonna do with that?
and then I feel as though and I'm being honest, that I want to see if he'll change.
Then go out that door.
I just want to say I'm sorry for everything, and I'm sorry for
Who
putting
was
you
it
through
with?
all this.
Why didn't you
I'm sorry
tell
for
me?
smoking all the pot, and I'm sorry for everything.
No,
I've
why
ever
didn't
done.
you tell me?
Missy,
When?
it was so long ago. The beginning of our relationship, that don't even matter
you're gonna
anymore.
tell
4
me
years
now.
ago
You're gonna
is
tell-
4 years ago.
And if I would have done it 4 years ago, you would have done what?
He walked out the door to be with you. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, probably
wants
start
you
to
to
treat her
change.
right and do the right thing. Stop smoking. Stop drink. Well, I never drink anyway, but stop it and try to move
You
on
know
and
what? I'm
have a
just
good
saying,
life.
I'm watching this, and who knows? Maybe he'll change. You want to see if he's going to change. There's nothing wrong with that. You've got a lot of time invested in the guy. But if you go back, and if he still acts,
I promise you, I will leave. I promise you. I promise.
I hope so.
I
Good luck to
promise.
you. You were with him and pregnant when he made this tape,
Yeah. Naked chicks.
and you said you're hoping you're not the father.
Oh, God, I hope not.
You want to get smacked?
Security?
And you said you're hoping you're not the father.
Oh, God, I hope not.
You want to get smacked?
Security?
Tiffany, why are you here?
I'm here today to prove to my ex, who's nothing but a lying, cheating little bum, that he's the father of my son, and he needs to step up and do what he has to do, or he can go on somewhere, because I'm done with it.
He doesn't believe that your child is his. Does he think you were cheating on him, or?
According to him, he thinks I was prostituting. But he's the one that left me when I was 6 months pregnant to go live with his ex-girlfriend in another state.
Why does he think you were prostituting?
I don't know. He makes up stuff in his head. Like, he lives in a different world than everybody else. He's not right.
Were you prostituting?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Never been arrested for it?
No. I've never been arrested in my life, let alone prostitution.
Have you ever prostituted?
No, I haven't.
All right, so you have the baby, and you tell him you're pregnant. 5 months go by, now you're 5 months pregnant. Things are wonderful?
Yeah.
He's happy, you're happy? Mm-hmm. And then 6 months he goes, hey, I got a chick that's not pregnant.
No, he said that he had nowhere to live, so he decided he would move 4 states away
Wasn't
from
he
me
living
to
with
live
you?
with his ex. Yes, but I couldn't have him living where I was living.
Okay, so he said, well, I don't got a place to live. I'm going to go live with the next 4
4
states
states away from me with his ex-girlfriend and try to convince me they weren't doing anything, because I'm just that stupid, right? No.
How did you find out he was cheating on you?
I looked at his Facebook and it said, check out my YouTube videos. He told the whole world, check out his videos. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at your videos. Get on there, it's videos of naked chicks. Like, are you that stupid, really?
With him with naked
With
chicks?
him, yes, he's rubbing all over them, talking to them. They're
And
naked
you,
in his
you
house,
provided
sleeping.
us a copy of the tape.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's take a look.
Go ahead.
That thing over there, that little thing sleeping on that couch, right there, Christy, just passed the out. That's right. Now let me go back here. You got this. Yeah. Cool. She alright. So yeah. That's my life. That's how it goes. It's a real boss. Holla at me. Yeah. This goes on a 24/7 daily basis. So. It's real pimping.
Pimp, no, you're not.
You were with him and pregnant when he made this tape.
Yeah, he was in a different state. We were supposed to be together. I was 6 months
He
pregnant.
just rubbed her butt a little bit.
No, no, no. I don't care what he did. If I'm with you and I'm pregnant by you, you shouldn't even be touching another female, thinking about touching nothing.
How old is your child now?
He will be 3 months and he ain't seen him not one damn time. Ain't even bought him a pack of Pampers.
And we took a DNA test.
Yeah, isn't he beautiful?
He is a
I
beautiful
know.
little boy.
Thank you.
And so he's never held him, never seen him,
Nope.
never bought him anything.
Nope, he'd rather call me and accuse me of doing stuff with other guys than call me and say, hey, how's my son doing?
Do you still love this guy?
Yeah, I still love him.
Would you, if he came on there and said, I'm dumping the other girl to be with you, would you take him back?
Oh, no, he's a bum. No, I
a
got
bum.
kids to raise. I can't be raising another one. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nowhere to live. You don't do nothing with your life. You sit around and get drunk all day long. You're disrespectful. You cheated on me and everything. Of course I love him. I gave him a child. Of course I love him. But am I going to be with you? No. Am I in love with you? No. I did love you, but I'm not going to be with you.
So what are you hoping happens today?
Today, I'm going to prove that it's his child, and he can either step up and do what he has to do, or he can just sign his rights over, and I'll leave him alone, because I don't want nothing to do with him, but he can either have something to do with my son, or he can go on somewhere. It's done. It's,
All right,
I'm fed
let's
up.
bring out your former boyfriend,
Oh,
Nick.
really?
Hey, Miss Piggy, shut up.
Excuse
Listen to
me?
Shut
right,
up. Shut up.
right.
This
I'm
girl,
what?
I
I'm
put
Miss
this girl out
Piggy.
there to make
Hold
the
up,
money.
I'm
She's
Miss
a
Piggy, but you
prostitute,
was
people.
calling me last
I'm
night,
talking.
right?
Shut up.
Want me to
Grown
come
men are
chill with
talking.
you.
Shut up.
You ain't a man. You ain't got no job. You don't take care of your kids. You ain't
Your kid, dude, get out of here.
Stop.
You gave me every single dime you ever
Nick,
made. I
Nick,
put you out there
Nick.
to make the money. What
'Cause
are
you
you
is a
talking
bum.
about?
You-
Oh, because I'm a bum.
Nick.
So I thought you weren't a prostitute, though.
Nick.
I'm not a prostitute.
Stop for 1 second.
Come on,
Nick.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, you know.
Hi, Steve. How's
How
it
you
going?
doing?
Put my videos
This-
on there. Are you serious for real,
Yeah, I'm
dog?
serious.
Nick.
What was you doing while I was pregnant?
Focus for 2 seconds, okay? She could possibly be the mother of your child, right?
Okay.
Right? I mean, I know you have some doubts, but you took a DNA test, and we're going to find out. But you're calling her names, insulting her.
She calls me a bum. I mean, yeah. I
Because you
understand
ain't got
what
no
you're saying,
job and you
but
don't take
I
care of your
understand what
kid.
you're
That's
saying.
what a bum is.
Did you have sexual intercourse with anyone besides Nick around the time you got pregnant with your son? You answered no, and the results are... Did you have sexual intercourse with anyone besides Nick around the time you got pregnant with your son? You answered no, and the results are... I would assume that if this child is yours, that you'd want to be...
Oh, I'm going to be there.
You'd want to be a
yeah,
dad?
Yeah. I'm taking
Okay.
custody of my son.
I'd just say,
No.
I could look at you, and I'm not saying this in a mean way, but you're immature. You know what I mean? You're 21 years old, and... So I guess what I'm saying is a child enough to motivate you to become, you know, act more like a man?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it will.
Yeah.
It will.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Why do you say that she was prostituting?
You serious? I put her out there to do it. I was the one
You know,
sending
you
the
did-
Stop. Why would you do that?
I'm a bum. I needed money.
Okay.
Right?
You know what? If it's true, and I don't know if I believe it so much, and I got to be honest, but if you did and you're being serious, then I got to say, you know, that's probably one of the worst. No, you know, it's up there. It's in the top 5 worst things you could do to a female.
Oh,
you know what I
you're
mean?
right about that. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I understand.
So did you really do that?
Yeah. I'm not lying to you.
Now,
I'm not lying to you.
why
man.
would you put a woman in that position?
I don't know. You're right about that. I have no clue.
You know what? It's disgusting. It's not funny.
No, it's not.
Because I'll say this, when I was a Chicago policeman and I saw all these women work in the streets, their lives are destroyed. They become shells of what they were.
Yeah.
They get raped, beaten, robbed. They lose every sense of who they are.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that in a woman?
No.
Okay, then you don't understand what I'm saying. Because only you could understand if you saw that, if you looked in these eyes and you said, you know, I wonder what their parents are thinking right now. Are they looking for their child? Their little girl that's destroyed now, that will go with anybody for any amount of money. If you understood that, you would never send a woman out there.
She was doing it before I ever met her.
She says
she was doing it.
She's
way
saying she
before I
never
ever met
did
her.
it. So who's lying here?
Who dropped you off when you first met me?
Just because I go with somebody doesn't mean I'm prostitute.
Yeah.
All right. What do you mean go with somebody?
Yeah.
I go out to
dinner
eat with
him.
somebody and I'm prostituting.
And then there's a text.
You eat a meal and then have sex with them?
No.
Okay.
Didn't have sex with him, period.
Who dropped you off to meet
Somebody
me?
had
Who
to
dropped
feed
you
me
off for
because
the
you
first?
sure in the wasn't.
Hey,
All right,
who?
don't swear.
I'm sorry.
See?
Listen, you know, I hear 2 people, you know, you're pretty insulting and you're very insulting, but who's going to be the role model here for your child?
Yeah.
I am, because I'm the one raising him.
But
You ain't
you
doing
know what?
nothing
I
but stealing
forgive and
liquor with your
forget.
girlfriend from Walmart.
Why
Do I
don't you just
steal?
concentrate on being a good mother?
Yeah.
I am
Instead
a good
of,
mom.
hold on, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Hold on, guys. Hold on. There's more. Wait, there's more. What happened when pay this for your son? Pay that. What about child support? How come you didn't show up to your child
I
support
told you
court
I
date?
didn't have a way to get
You
there.
didn't have a way to get there.
And you
went
told
to
me
show it your
you
friend
wasn't going to
get
give
a
me the
ride
DNA
there.
anyways. You told me you wasn't
wouldn't
going
even
to give
go
me
to
the
a court
DNA
case, dude.
anyways.
She wouldn't even
And I
go to
would
a
have got
court
it
case.
done when he was
Do you
first
love her?
born if you was here.
Yeah, I love her.
You do love her.
Not like I'm not in love with her. I want to be with her ever again. You know what I'm saying? We spend time together.
But you don't want to
lived
be with me,
together
but
for
you
a long
invited me
time.
to your hotel last night, right?
Did I?
Yeah, oh, you did?
Prove it.
Prove it.
You're
I got
a liar,
okay,
dude. I
can we
did not
bring my
invite her
cell
to my
phone out
hotel.
here? Because I got the
I've been her best friend since I was 8. What do you know? You don't know anything.
No, come on. Who is she?
since I was
Who is
13.
she?
That's
Who is
baby
this
daddy
woman
right there.
here?
He
is
ain't
she?
buying, she's buying. That's baby daddy. That's baby daddy.
Like, don't nobody want to look at you either. Don't nobody want to look at you either.
Nobody wants
Steve,
to
the
look
stuff
at you,
he
buddy.
doesn't buy.
Bitch, don't nobody even want you.
She buys.
Stop.
All right,
Please,
listen,
please, be quiet.
Everybody stop.
I can't
Listen,
even talk.
please, Nick, I'm asking you, please be quiet. Please
good.
be quiet. Do you have anything that you want to add?
The reason I'm here is because the whole time she was pregnant, when you left her to go stay in Michigan with your little girlfriend, your little ex-girlfriend, I took care of her. I took her doctor's appointments. I bought her stuff for her baby. I fed her. I paid the bills that in the house that she lived in.
Now, you weren't having sex, were you?
No.
Okay.
No, I just took care of her and everything about her, her doctor's appointments,
You
everything.
guys are good friends.
Yeah, I've
And
been
you're
friends with her
taking
since
care
I
of
was
her.
8 years old.
So, what do you think? Like, he's wrong for denying the baby?
He's a lame. Like, what are you doing in life?
What are you doing? You're a stripper.
I'm a
What
stripper. What?
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah, I'm a stripper. But guess what? I make more one night than you. I make more one night than you will
Surprising.
the whole night.
Surprising.
She's a
I
stripper.
love it.
She's
Stop, stop.
Seriously?
I want to thank you for helping your friend out through her pregnancy,
Yeah.
helping her out. That's
I just got
great being friend. You can have a seat. Thank you.
Love you.
Yeah. I put my YouTube videos on
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
Tiffany, you
dumb.
came here and you took a lie detector. I don't know what we asked you, but we're about to find out.
You asked me if I was a
I
prostitute.
guess about prostitute. While in a relationship with Nick, did you ever prostitute? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
Ballin', bro! I told you, bro!
You want a cookie? You want
Ballin',
a cookie?
bro! Ballin'! Ballin'! You see that?
You want a cookie?
You see that?
You see that? You want
Get
to
him.
get smacked?
Security.
You better back
Dog. Ballin', bro. You see that jumper?
And you said you're hoping you're not the father.
God, I hope not.
All right.
God, I pray not.
If you need private, discreet DNA paternity testing, call DNA Diagnostic Center at 1-877-DNA-CENTER. Okay, so will you admit that you did prostitute?
Oh, now we
Sure,
right?
whatever.
All right, sure, whatever.
Sorry. But I was lying, guys.
Hold on.
Right?
If you have a little son, is this the way you want to act?
Pull up the
No.
picture. He looks just
No.
like
All
him.
right.
Pull up the picture.
But if you were a prostitute, it could be anybody's, right?
Yeah, like.
I mean, you failed.
Not when I got pregnant and it wasn't even prostitute.
Hear you, bro.
Did you have sexual intercourse with anyone besides Nick around the time you got pregnant with your son? You answered no, and the results are you did not tell the truth.
We're done. No, we don't talk.
So, and it was want a cookie. It was want a cookie.
I don't care who. I'm balling.
I'm gonna take a show. Hold on. A show of hands. Does anybody care?
No.
I don't.
I did.
Because to me, this just seems like two knuckleheads that got together, that they really don't care who they sleep with. They don't think about the consequences of what happens when you have sex. And then you act like a total moron to each other after the baby's born.
Steve. Please, God.
But this one matters. This is the only thing that
it
matters.
does.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
the little boy involved in this story, I mean, he's...
Look at him. He looks just
You know,
like
this-
you.
this-
Are you? Look at him.
You know what the shame of it is? How old is he?
He's 3 months.
He's 3 months old and he's already a victim.
I know.
He's a victim. And you said you're hoping you're not the father.
Oh, God, I hope not.
All right.
God, I pray not.
Well, you got something to look forward to on Father's Day. You are the father.
Thank you. Give me my money. Give me my money. You need to give me my money. You need to give me my money and
son.
step up or sign your rights
see you,
over. Be a
buddy.
man, okay? Step up, get a job. It don't matter what I
Shabaka,
get. I
shut
take care
up.
of your son. You ain't did.
The sad thing is there's a little boy, and I don't think either one of you, and prove me wrong, I hope, but I don't think either one of you are going to grow up and be a good parent to this child.
That's my fourth. I got 3 other ones.
Where are they? Where are they?
Huh?
They're not with you.
No,
They're not
I
with
am
you.
a good mom.
They're not
I
with
am
you.
a good mom.
They're not with you.
Again, prove me wrong,
They're not with her.
but I would love to update this story, only for your little boy. I'd like to
Go
have
ahead.
him on stage in a few years, talk to him, but the two of you, I just don't care.
That's fine.
Goodbye, both of you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, bro. Balling, y'all. You see that? Yeah. I'm here today to prove to my wife that I am the father of our 4-year-old son. She's back and forth, back and forth. One time he's not mine, the other time he is mine.
And before the show, you took a DNA test.
I'm going to prove to her I am the father.
You want full custody of your son, right?
She pretty much admitted that she was doing cocaine while she was pregnant. She could have killed our son.
You are not taking my baby from me again.
Did you do drugs while you were pregnant?
It was somebody else's cocaine.
If she was going to choose drugs over our child, I don't have use for it.
I took your lie detector test. I took your drug test. I'm gonna prove to you today I did not do any of those things that you said I did.
Could Michael be the father?
I have a pretty good feeling it's the other guy.
And the results for your DNA test. Welcome to the show. My first guest is Michael. Michael, you called. Why?
Steve, I'm here today to prove to my wife that I am the father of our 4-year-old son and to get some answers to some questions.
Why would there be a question whether you're the father to your son or not?
Well, it all started about 16 months ago. I picked up my son, and I got a call at 12:30 in the morning that I need to come get my car from the police department.
This is your son on the monitor?
Yes, that's my son, Gabriel.
Now, how old is Gabriel?
He just turned 4. And I got a call at 12:30 from the police department. I need to come get my car. And when I went to go get my car, I found out my wife had been arrested for possession of cocaine.
Was that surprising? Was that something?
I never had any idea that she was using cocaine.
So you get a call in the middle of the night, come get your car, you go down there and you found out your wife was arrested for cocaine, possession of cocaine.
Yes.
You take her home, and what does she say about it?
I didn't take her home. She was in jail. I didn't get her out. Eventually, she was bonded out.
You didn't bond her out?
No. If she was going to choose drugs over our child, I don't have any use for her. She needs to stay in jail.
So how long had you been with your wife?
We were together almost 5 years.
And never saw her do drugs?
No, I worked long hours, anywhere between 65 and 70 hours a week. So most times she was there by herself, and lots of times she would take our son and go spend a couple weeks at her house, which at first it just seemed like innocent visits with her family. But after all this stuff come up, then I found out what she was doing is she was going up there and leaving our child with her. She was out till 5, 6 in the morning. It took her actually getting arrested on drug charge for all her friends and everybody to start approaching me with, well, we know she'd been doing cocaine 6 months before we ever got married.
So she had been doing cocaine and drugs the whole time you've been together, but you really didn't know because she wasn't doing it around you?
Yeah, she wasn't doing it around me. I don't do it. And I worked because...
And you worked a lot, so it gave her time to do it?
Yeah.
So you don't bond her out when she gets locked up for possession of cocaine?
No, I left her in there. I told her there's no way in hell I was getting her out.
And what was the response to that?
Well, when she finally got out, that's when she starts that my son's not mine. One time he's not mine, the other time he is mine, and she's back and forth, back and forth. It's like when I want him, then he's not mine. But then whenever she wants him, it's, oh yeah, she can't make up her mind either way. She's back and forth.
So once you discovered the drug use and you didn't bond her out of jail, you feel like all of a sudden now she starts springing, oh, by the way, he's not your son.
Yeah, because after she got out of jail, I went and had a emergency protective order placed that kept her away from both me and my son.
Because of the drug use?
Yes, because I don't think that at the time he wasn't quite 3. I don't think that a 3-year-old child should be exposed to being around drug dealers and use of cocaine and anything else such as that.
When you hear that your little boy might not be your biological child, what do you feel? What are you thinking?
It was the first time I cried since the day that my son was actually born. Here you are, you've been raising a child for almost 3 years, and all of a sudden she said that he's not yours. You know,
that's gotta hurt.
But I'm the only daddy he's ever had.
Well, I'm gonna give you credit because during a difficult time, you said, hey, I'm not getting you out of jail. You pick cocaine over our family, then you can sit in there. And you're doing the right thing by getting protection of orders. You're handling things the right way. That's guts, and you're doing good things for your family and for your son. Before all this, I'm like looking at your life like maybe a bomb exploded, because here you're a good working guy, you have a son, you think you have a good wife, you don't know anything about all this, and then this all blows up and it's changed your life. But before this all happened, was your wife a good mother?
She was a good mother. But that all changed whenever she chose drugs over our child. You know.
And did she eventually ever come out and say, yes, I've been doing drugs?
Well, after I took our son away from her, that's when she, you know, if you lose your child because you're using drugs, you think that would promote, you know, you would want to get better. But no, she just got worse. She started moving on from cocaine, she started smoking crack, doing every type of drug she can get her hands on. There was time for a 5-week period where she didn't even call our son.
This thing, I mean, you're living this normal life, and all of a sudden now, you know, we're not talking about, well, she had a drink or a puff of marijuana or whatever. You're saying cocaine, smoking crack, doing all this. Does it just blow your mind that it would get to those levels?
Well, it's like, how can I, not see the signs. But like I said, I wasn't around her that much. I was work long hours, and if
Okay,
I'm not
so
seeing
you're
it,
saying when you're going to work, you're waking up, you're coming home, she's acting sober, you never ran across any crack pipes in your house, you're not coming across little, tinfoil packets of cocaine, nothing like, oh, whose is this? Oh, my friend left it there, nothing like that.
I don't think she was doing it while I was at work. I think she was doing it whenever she would take the trip to the house. That's when she was doing it, because she was up there with all her friends.
Now, you want full custody of your son, right?
Yes.
Have you taken any steps to find out if you are the real father, if your son's your biological son?
I contacted Steve Wilkos show.
Okay.
You are not taking my baby from me again.
Did you do drugs while you were pregnant?
It was somebody else's cocaine.
Could Michael be the father?
I have a pretty good feeling it's the other guys.
And the results for your DNA test. And before the show, you took a DNA test.
Yes.
And we'll get to those results. And obviously, you're hoping that you are the biological father.
I'm going to prove to her I am the father. I named him.
What would happen, let's say, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm hoping these tests will come back that you're the father, but what would happen if these tests come and it shows that you're not the father, you're not the biological father?
I'm still going to be his daddy. You can't turn your back on a child.
And so all this now, you feel like instead of trying to get her son back, trying to get your son back, that she's went the opposite way, that she's even gone into more drug use, harder drug use. And have you ever confronted her on that?
Yeah.
And what does she say about it?
She's like, you took my child away from me. You took away my world. Yeah, because you were using drugs. So if I take him away because you're using drugs, stop using drugs. It's that simple. Don't move on to something harder.
Do you think she was doing drugs around your son?
Well, I asked her because my son was born premature, almost 6 weeks early. He only weighed a little over 4 pounds. And I asked her one time, I was like, were you doing cocaine while you were pregnant? And she said, I asked her, when was the last time you did cocaine before you found out you were pregnant? She said, about a month prior to finding out she was pregnant. Well, that month prior, she was already pregnant. So she pretty much admitted that she was doing cocaine while she was pregnant. She could have killed our son. He could have been born with some type of birth defects, or he could have been born addicted to cocaine. Whenever you're pregnant, it's not just about you. You have to consider the life that's inside of you, not just your own.
You believe she's allowing people to drive drunk with your son in the car?
Because after she brought my child back, she came up, he was in the front seat of a work van in front of an airbag, and there was 2 open containers of alcohol in the front seat with him.
And who's driving the car?
A guy that she was dating at the time.
And is your wife in the car?
She's sitting in the back of the van. Instead of her sitting in the front seat, my son being in the back seat, she's in the back and he's in front of an airbag.
So what do you say to her when this guy pulls up drinking beers and your son's in the front seat?
I said, how could you let someone drive around while they're drinking with our child in the van? What if you had a wreck and you killed him? She tried to tell me they were in there already. It doesn't matter when they were in there from, they were in there.
She just starts dating another guy right away? She's still married to you?
Well, after she got out of jail, she went through probably 4 or 5 different guys. And most of them were drug dealers, either drug users.
Do you still love your wife?
No.
So you don't want to be back with your wife? You just want your son, and you want to make sure you do want to have a...
Yeah, I've moved on.
You've moved on. Do you think she's still doing drugs now?
I can't tell, because I'm not around her. Just like before she was doing it when we were married for 5. We've been married for 5 years, and I've never known it until she got arrested. So if she could hide it when I was around her every day coming home to her, she could surely hide it when I haven't seen her in 3 or 4 months.
And you're still currently married, right?
Yes.
She took a lie detector test on all of this, as well as a drug test, and we'll get to that, and you'll find out the truth and find out if she's still doing drugs. When you were married before she got arrested for cocaine, was she a good wife to you?
No.
And why wasn't she a good wife?
She didn't take care of the house. She liked to argue a lot. I come from work, she'd start throwing stuff at me. Ceramic dolphins, anything she can get a hold of, she would just start throwing it at me.
She'd start throwing ceramic dolphins at you.
Yeah,
Why ceramic dolphins?
because that was the closest thing she could get her hands on.
You are not taking my baby from me again.
Did you do drugs while you were pregnant?
It was somebody else's cocaine.
You made your decision when you started using cocaine.
I took your lie detector test. I took your drug test. I'm gonna prove to you today I did not do any of those things that you said I did.
Could Michael be the father?
I have a pretty good feeling it's the other guys.
And the results for your DNA test. All right, well, let's bring her out. This is your wife, Amanda.
You are not taking my baby from me again. You will not do that. You're the reason I turned to drugs, Michael, because when I come home, I didn't have anything. You took everything from me. I made one simple mistake.
Oh, you made one mistake.
One mistake, and you took him from me. That's the only thing in this world that I live for.
Well, why did you choose drugs? I took him away because you're on drugs. Did you better yourself? No, you just started using more drugs.
When I come home from jail, I walked into an empty house. You took TVs, phones, Gabriel's stuff, everything. You took everything, Michael, and I give up. I give up on everything. I lost everything I had, so I give up. Yes, I turned to drugs. What else was I supposed to do? I didn't have anything. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have you. I didn't have my son. Nothing. And I didn't know what else to do.
You made your decision. You made your decision when you started using cocaine.
Michael.
Talking about I took everything.
I used cocaine occasionally. It was not an everyday thing. I did not turn to drugs every day until you took my son from me. And you are not taking him today. I promise you, you will not take him today. I took your lie detector test. I took your drug test. I'm going to prove to you today that Gabriel is not yours and that I did not do any of those things that you said I did.
I'm going to prove to you he is mine. I named him. I gave him my name. Yeah. He has my allergies. I signed the birth certificate.
Amanda, did you ever let him believe that he wasn't the father?
No.
So you let him believe he was the father for all these years?
Yes.
Well, then why all of a sudden now would you say, oh, I'm going to prove to you he's not your son?
I was angry when I got arrested and everything that happened. When I got home, I was angry, and I told him that he was not the father. I had no intentions on ever telling him because he is a great father. I'm not going to.
So if you don't get arrested for cocaine, you're going to let the man live a life for the rest of his life?
I was, because I didn't want to hurt him.
Or you didn't want to hurt yourself. Maybe the guy that's putting 60, 70 hours a week in supporting your ass might not after a while if you find out he's been lying to you all the time. I don't understand that logic. I don't want to hurt him, so I'm going to lie to him and let him pretend he's the father. How is that not hurting him? Letting a man believe that this is his own flesh and blood when you're saying it's not.
Michael was, when I told him I was pregnant, Michael was excited and he was ready to be a dad, and I didn't want to take that away from him.
Well, who did you take it away from?
I took it away from myself and my son.
No, you took it away from another guy, right? If you're saying you got pregnant by somebody else.
He didn't. He walked away. He didn't want anything to do with it.
Were you sleeping with Michael and this guy at the same time?
Yes, I was. I was only seeing him on the weekends. He would come down on Saturdays and Sundays.
So you needed a weekday lover?
Yes. Well, no, I didn't. But it just happened that way.
You always try to play the victim. You know who the victim is? Our son.
I know he is the victim.
Could Michael be the father?
It's a possibility, yes.
So if you're sleeping with two guys at the same time and you get pregnant, why wouldn't you say, oh, I really want to find out who the real father is?
Because I wanted Michael to be his father.
Why wouldn't you be honest with the guy and say, you know what, I am pregnant, but I don't know whose it is. Maybe give him the option of, you know, yeah, you want him, he's happy and everything else, because at this time, and correct me if I'm wrong, he's thinking he's the only one sleeping with you, right?
Yes. And I don't know why I did what I did. I was young, I was scared, and I wanted my baby to have a father. And I knew he would be a good father.
Okay. And what, was he a good father all this time?
Yes. He's been a great father.
He's a good supporter?
Yes, sir.
So, because of your arrest, you then decide to tell him the truth.
Right. I was angry. I said it to him out of anger. I never wanted to tell him. I was never going to tell him. But I was angry because he took my son. I was incarcerated.
You keep
and
saying you keep saying he did it, he did it,
he
did it.
take my son.
Did he put the cocaine in your car?
No, somebody else did. And
Okay,
if
so
you
then
guys
you
knew the
blame
whole
it on him?
situation-
Were
No,
you
I'm not
doing
blaming it on him.
cocaine?
No,
Were
when
you
I got
using
arrested,
cocaine?
I was not using cocaine.
Okay. You're just having it there.
No, it was somebody else's cocaine, and it got tossed in my possession
took him
when
to
we
get
got
it?
pulled
It
over.
got tossed in your possession.
You let him drive a
Yes.
car. I was paying
If
for
it
it to
got
go pick
tossed
up
in your
cocaine.
possession, you don't do cocaine. Why wouldn't you toss it right the hell back? Who talks like that? Yeah, driving down the street. Somebody tossed the 8-ball to me.
We got pulled over, and he tossed
And I was
it to
like,
me.
what the hell's this? And I kept driving, and the cops locked me up. What a kind of crazy story is that?
It's not a crazy story. The officer is the reason I got out of jail because he went and told the magistrate that he knew it wasn't mine. He seen the guy throw the dope at me.
So he just locked you up because you got dope thrown at you.
They locked me up because it was my car.
And you're saying what, 50-50 chance that he is, or?
I have a pretty good feeling it's the other guy.
And the results for your DNA test. I don't believe that story, but let's just say it's true. The cops saw somebody throw coke at you.
He didn't throw it
and
at me. He
got
tossed
you.
it in the car.
He tossed, okay, he underhanded it.
He just happened to have a big thing of cocaine the size of a softball in the car. I'm paying for it while he's driving it and she's in the passenger seat.
We weren't together. We were separated.
We were not separated.
Yes, we were. It was the first weekend you were coming to pick Gabriel up for the weekend.
We were not separated.
Yes, we were.
I didn't actually separate myself from you two. You were arrested.
If you were separated, how did he take everything from you?
When I come home from jail, he went in my house, my apartment, which he was not living. He was living with come in my apartment and took everything.
I took my clothes.
Are you guys
Gabriel's
married? Are you
clothes,
guys
and
married?
toys?
Yes,
And
we're
TVs.
married.
Okay,
That's it.
and at the time you were being arrested for cocaine and hanging out with some other guy, were you married to him?
We were married, but we were separated.
We were not separated. We didn't actually
Okay,
do
we
anything.
didn't live in the same house. You lived in a completely different county than I did.
I was there when I wasn't working. I was driving 70 miles each way to work.
You lived with your ever since the day I moved into that apartment. I had been in that apartment
You
for
forced me to
3
move.
months. And you were
Amanda,
living with your
Amanda, explain to me exactly what he did wrong.
He did nothing wrong. I admit I did wrong.
What did you do
I made
wrong?
the mistakes.
Somebody.
Being in the car with somebody that had cocaine, making
Well, why
the
did you
wrong
make that? Why did you
decisions.
make that decision?
I don't know why I chose to make that decision.
Was your son in the car when you got
No.
arrested?
No, sir.
Luckily, he was with me.
Yeah, because it was the first weekend you were going to have him.
And so, you're telling me you got in the car, you knew all his drugs were, but you weren't using it.
No, I was not using it.
Just
at the
looking
time.
at it.
I didn't even see it until we got pulled over.
Well, you didn't see it being tossed to you.
Yeah, when we got pulled over, when he threw it at me was the first time I laid eyes on that cocaine.
Oh.
I'll take a lie detector test to
Come
prove that too.
Okay. Now it makes it a little clearer. You're saying as the cop car was pulling you over, this guy took the drugs and he tossed them to you.
Yes.
Stand-up guy, huh?
Yeah, very stand-up guy.
You're picking some really neat guys to hang out with, huh?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to work on your marriage, you're going out with a guy who's tossing bags of drugs at you when the police pull you over.
Yeah.
And did he say, hey, sorry about that?
No, he didn't.
Did you do drugs while you were pregnant?
No, sir.
Not at
I did
all?
not.
You didn't use cocaine
No.
before you got pregnant?
I used before I got pregnant, a couple of times before I got pregnant, but I never used while I was pregnant. I was not on drugs like that, to straighten the record. I used drugs socially with friends.
Cocaine?
Yes. But as far as being a heavily partier, I did not party every day.
So when you're using cocaine, what level of drug use would you say? That's mild? That's light?
No, it's drug use, regardless.
Cocaine, I would say it's a
Right.
pretty addictive drug, right?
Right?
Snorting it, smoking it, what?
I was snorting it then.
Snorting it. Did you escalate to smoking it?
Yes, after I lost my child, yes, sir.
And you lose your child and you want your child back so much that you start smoking cocaine.
No, I was lost, and I know I made a mistake, but my child is my everything. He is my everything, and I give up on everything when I lost him.
You even gave up on him then.
I give up on everything.
You called the show, right?
Yes, I
And
did.
you basically here, you're saying you don't want her back, right?
No.
Have no interest in that, but you would like to know if he's your biological son.
Yes.
And you're saying what, 50-50 chance that he is, or you got a good feeling that it was the other guys?
I have a pretty good feeling it's the other guys.
You got a good feeling. And why would that be?
I just have a feeling in my heart that it is.
All right, well, let's find out what you are telling the truth about or what you're lying about. You took a lie detector test before the show, and you were asked, have you ever used cocaine in front of your son? You answered no. Did you abuse cocaine, crack, or pills when you were pregnant with your son? You answered no. Have you ever allowed others to do drugs in front of your son? You answered no. Besides your ex-boyfriend, have you allowed others to drink and drive with your son in the car?
No.
Have you ever left your son in the care of a known drug abuser?
No.
And the results for your lie detector test are that have you ever left your son in the care of a known drug abuser?
No.
And the results for your lie detector test are that you're not telling the truth.
There's no way.
But when I'm reading this, and I didn't even read the final line about you not telling the truth, and just the way you're answering, telling stories about cocaine getting thrown at you, and, you know, I'm just doing mild drug use, I'm snorting coke, I could tell that you're a liar. I know in my gut
I
that you're a
didn't
liar.
use cocaine while I was pregnant with my child.
You hearing her fail this test, and I mean, there's some pretty horrible questions on here. I mean, this is your son we're talking about. Ever using cocaine in front of your son?
Does it tell you which ones I lied and which ones I didn't?
Yeah, it
lie?
says you lied about them all.
That's
How's that?
not true. That is not true.
How about that? All of them.
No.
Here.
I believe you. Hold on.
You did get one question right. You were asked, did you abuse cocaine, crack, or pills throughout your entire marriage to Michael? And you answered no. And the results is that you told the truth. So I don't know if that gives you a level of comfort or not, but then we get back to using cocaine in front of your son, abusing cocaine, crack, or pills while you're pregnant with your son. Have you ever allowed others to do drugs in front of your son? Well, that's nice. Letting people drive drunk or drinking with your son in the car and putting him in the front seat. Let's forget about everything else. Cocaine, drugs, infidelity, not knowing who the father is. Why not do a simple thing like that with your child? You care so much about your child. He's your everything. How come you're not putting him in the back seat?
Steve, it was a work van. No, it was a work van, and I had to take him to meet his father, and the airbags was turned off. In a work van, you have a key to turn the airbags on and off.
Why wasn't he sitting in the back?
Because there was no back seats. It was a paint van.
Then why even put your son in that period?
This was the only transportation I
He,
had.
if you asked this hardworking man, he wouldn't have done it for his own son.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Well, then there you go. Why would you have so many problems with a guy, pretty decent guy, good provider? You say yourself he's a good father. Why can't you get along with this guy?
I don't have problems with him. I think he's a great guy, and he was a great husband, and he's been a great father. We just don't get along. I don't know why we don't get along. We just don't.
Again, I want to go back. If you didn't get arrested for the cocaine, you never would have told him that he might not be the father?
No.
So you would have just let him in the dark for the rest of his life?
Probably, yes.
You have any feelings about that?
I do. I blame myself for all of this, and I know that I'm the one that made the mistakes. I know that, and I'm the first person to admit that I've made mistakes. But people do that, and people change, and I know that I have. I've been clean now for 2 months. Every week that I've had my son, that I'm supposed to have my son, I've been there with him. I have not left his side since I've been home. Because I didn't just walk away from my son and my husband, I walked away from my family as well. I left everything.
What do you want to happen today?
I want to go home with my son, is what I want.
And you have anything you want to say to your husband?
No. Other than I'm sorry I hurt you.
Do you still love him?
Yes, I still love him, but we can't, I don't know.
Anything you want to say to her?
No.
Do you feel like you are just making a lot of bad decisions in your life?
Yes.
You're making decisions of letting people drinking, driving with your child in the car. You're, smoking cocaine. You're doing all these things. Why wouldn't you come here and at least admit the truth on that lie detector test? Why wouldn't you give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what? Yeah, I did make mistakes. I did do this. Why lie about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you're at the point now where you're saying, I don't want to be with you and all I want to do is be with my son, isn't that at the point? It's not like you're trying to hold on to him. You told him everything else. You might not be the father. I was cheating on you then. Yes, I've been doing cocaine. I've been smoking. Why not come clean on everything? So at least then you're saying, yeah, I'm making a complete effort here to be with my son. I'm not going to lie about anything.
I don't know why I didn't tell him the truth. I don't know.
Did you take a drug test before the show?
Yes, sir.
And do we have those results? Before the show, you did take a drug test, whether you used cocaine or not, and you passed. You have no cocaine in your system. And that's good. I don't think anybody here, me, anybody sitting in the audience, nobody wants to sit up here and say, oh, I hope she was doing coke. Nobody wants that. You're a mother. We want you to act like one.
I want to be a mother. I do.
Well, then start acting like one. And this guy... And honestly, you had a good thing going with this guy. Seems like a nice guy. Talks about how he's working 60, 70 hours a week. You say he's a great father, he was a good guy, great provider. And because you get arrested and you get angry, and rightfully so, he's angry, finds out his wife's doing coke, gets arrested for coke. Then you open the Pandora's box of, you might not be the father. You regret ever making that decision?
I do.
You say you love your son incredibly. You say you love your son. Do either one of you really want to know the results? You say that he's going to be your little boy regardless, right? You've been his father. You've been raising him. You've been taking care of him. You go out, you get a paycheck, you come back. Looks like he's being taken care of pretty good. But what I'm getting at is, do either one of you really want to know the results of this?
Yes.
Have a right to know.
You definitely have a right to know. I'm just saying, maybe it's better not, just go on. Yeah, he's my son. That's it. End of story. I'm going to give you what you want, but I'm telling you, maybe you just go and be his father and you don't read the results.
It's not going to change, but I need to know.
Okay, that's fair enough. You're not the father.
Michael, I'm sorry.
Get away from me.
Michael, I'm
Get
sorry.
away from me now!
And he's still your little boy. And he still knows you as dad, you know what I mean? Little boy doesn't know anybody else as dad, right?
I love him.
Then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, the one thing is now you know the truth. You know what she
Yeah, the
did
truth
to
that
you.
she's a whore.
But you know what? That little boy didn't do anything wrong.
No, he's the victim.
And so are you. So are you. You've been lied to for a long time. But I hope, like you said, that you are going to take care of that little boy.
Oh, I was loving.
You don't get to sit on my stage. Stand up. What, this is probably a story that you could do almost every day. Could have somebody on my show like you every day and do this story. And there's worse stories, stories of children being abused and just people. But you just look how many lives you're ruining here. I mean, and a decent guy. And what you're doing with your child, drinking and driving, front seats of cars, hanging around drug dealers and drug users, and you're doing drugs, and you sleeping around, and you let this man, now he finds out he's really not the father. I mean, how do you turn out to be that kind of human being? We have no decency about you, no integrity at all. It's just about what you want and what you can do and what you can hide with. This guy's busting his ass, being a good father, and what does he deserve? He finds out that it's not even his kid, that you're a drughead. And for what? What did you have so bad? God providing a home for you? And then what? The decisions you make with your child. Doing drugs in front of them. Leaving a drug abuser to watch your kid. And now this guy, what's his emotions going through? What is he thinking?
I'm sorry. I hurt him.
I'm sorry, and that's supposed to clear up everything?
No, it's not. Sorry doesn't
maybe I'm
fix
sorry
it.
after being pinched for drugs.
I'm still going to be his dad no matter what.
That's fine.
I'll be a better father than you'll ever be a mother. I will find some people now for him. Just because you gave birth doesn't make you a mother.
I want you to be his father. I want you in his life. I've always told you that.
I can turn my back on you, but I'll never turn my back on him.
That's fine. You have all rights to turn your back on me.
Because a child shouldn't have to pay for the mistakes that their mom makes.
You're right, he shouldn't. I know that. I'm the first person to admit that I was wrong in everything that I did. I know
Well,
I
it's
done
easy to say you're
wrong.
sorry for something you've already done, but you could have prevented it by not doing it.
Well, people make mistakes.
Well, you're
Are
just
you perfect?
No.
No, you're by far perfect. Nobody in here is perfect. People make mistakes, and they learn from their mistakes every single day. And don't you think I hate myself for everything that I've done? Sometimes I just want to just die to just get it over with. Because I know I'm the one that messed up. I know that. And I live it every single day. Every day I do. But people know how to change. And people can change. And I told you I was clean. Was I not? I want to be a mother. I want to take care of my kid. Because you know, before anything happened, before I started using drugs, I was a great mother. I was there with him every single day. From the day I gave birth to that son up until the day that I got served with a restraining order saying that I couldn't even see him anymore. And you tell them that I wasn't a good mother.
Yeah, up to that point.
Yeah, up till that point.
But for the last 16 months, you haven't.
I know that.
You're the one you're the one that lost almost a year and a half, not me.
I know that. And I regret it every day.
That's time you'll never get back. Never.
I know that. Don't you think I know that? I know everything that you're sitting here saying to me. I know. I live it every day. I hate myself for what I've done to my son. I hate myself for everything that I've done. I don't blame anybody but myself. You can't blame anybody but yourself when you screw up this bad. And I pay for it every day. I don't sleep at night because I lay in the bed and I think about how bad I hurt you and how bad I've hurt my son. And I don't want to hurt him anymore. I don't.
Well,
He's beautiful.
You know what, Amanda?
I want to be a good mother, and I can be a good mother.
And we want you to be a good mother. We want you to stop making real bad decisions in your life. We want you to stop running around with men that do drugs, that aren't going to take your son's safety seriously. Those, you know what? You don't make mistakes like that. You're right. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But when it comes to your kids, you don't make those kind of mistakes.
I'm not learning that.
The good thing is, none of the mistakes that you made had tragic consequences. Your son's alive, you're alive, he's alive, so you can start being a good mother. We want you to be a good mother. We want your little boy to have a good mother. But only... But that's all up to you. And you can go to bed crying every night and staying up late awake and wishing life was over and all that, but that's not going to help him.
No, it's not.
And truthfully, you just need to start. And the thing is, you're not an addict, right?
Nope.
Haven't done drugs for how long?
2 months now.
2 months. So you're not addicted to drugs. What's preventing you from being a good mother?
Nothing.
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 So why don't you tell your husband, from this point on, you are going to be a good mother.
I am going to be a good mother. I'm going to be there from now until forever. Forever. And I promise my son that.
Do you have anything else you want to say to her? So, will you let this man go see his son?
Yes, I will.
Let's go. day. Why are you here?
To ask my fiance for forgiveness.
Strangled your fiance?
Yeah.
And when that man that you love, he's squeezing the life out of your throat.
In front of my kids.
He did it in front of your children.
I get the tendency to have me a drink and she get the yapping off at the mouth, and you know, I probably muff up a little bit.
How long has he been abusive to you?
For 6 years.
Get her in line a little bit.
You've been locked up in the past 2 weeks for beating her up. 2 kids, 6 years later, he's got 30 days to change. Why would he change when you don't make him change? Dee Dee, you're 15 years old.
I've been running with the gang. I've been side by side in the drive-by. I've seen people killed. So I started to realize that the stuff I was doing was wrong. I've seen my little sister trying to do it.
You know, I'm getting high, running the streets, fighting. And I've been doing it since I was 10.
She's thinking about stealing cars, having sex with older people.
Lost your virginity at 11 years old.
Yeah, I'm addicted to sex already.
She's trying to be like me.
She wants me to change, but no one can change me.
You're being stupid. This life that you're living is not fun. You need to stop. The gang isn't going to be there for you.
Welcome to the show. My guest is Woodall. And Woodall, I'm going to read some things, and you tell me if these things you've done, okay?
All right.
Strangled your fiance?
Before, yeah.
Hits your fiance in front of your children?
No.
In and out of jail 13 times over the past 2 years?
No.
How many times?
I don't know, actually.
And cheated on your fiance several times?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Verbally abuse your fiance?
Yeah, something like that.
So why, first of all, Woodall, you strangle a woman, you strangle the mother of your children, right?
Yeah, something like that, man.
Okay, well, why don't you stand up and tell your story to me? How is it something like that?
Oh, just like, you know, I get the tendency to have me a drink and she get the yapping off at the mouth or whatever. You know, I'll be in the right state of mind, and then, you know, I'd probably muff her up a little bit.
And muff her up means what?
Get her up off of me, like when she raising her hands or raising her voice at me or something.
You give her a slap, a crack, choke?
No, I just muff her up, like, you know, probably grab her by the jaw or something and push her back.
But you actually strangled her at one time, too.
Well, probably so. I can't really remember right now. I had the tendency to black out a little bit, though, when I'm off the alcohol.
And how long you been with this woman?
Well, this February it'll be about like 7 years, going on 7 years.
And how many children do you have with her?
We got like we got 2 beautiful girls together.
2 beautiful girls?
Yeah.
I gotta imagine you're a pretty big guy. Somebody mess with your daughters, you probably get really pissed off, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably pull out that gauge or something, you know.
Take it to that extreme even,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
And so, but when it comes to the woman that bore him, all bets are off. You put your hands out, you do whatever you want to do.
Well, yeah, you know, to get her in line a little bit.
No, I don't know, and I don't get that logic at all. Why is it okay that you put your hands on her?
I mean, you know, I'm just saying, it ain't okay, but I'm just saying, when I'm off that liquor a little bit, you know,
if you got a problem with alcohol, where you start hitting the mother of your children, maybe it's time to stop drinking. Does a woman have a right to come home and be with her man and with her children and have an expectation of being safe? Wouldn't every woman have that right? Won't your 2 little girls, when they grow up, wouldn't they have that right, that expectation?
But I'll be wanting my... I don't be wanting my girl to see that stuff, though, you know what I'm saying? She be knowing what she be doing, though, you know what I'm saying?
The girl that you're with, she's somebody's daughter, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure when they had her and she was a little girl and she was watching Sesame Street, I'm sure there was some man or some woman in her life that didn't want some guy slapping her around, putting his hands around her throat, muffing her up, doing all those kind of things. I certainly don't want it for my daughter when she grows up, and I hope I teach her good enough
So what
as a
would you
father.
do if somebody had sex with somebody in your family, your girl or whatever?
With my wife?
You married?
Yeah, I'm married. That's
You
my
married?
wife right there.
What if your wife has sex with somebody, your brother or something?
With my brother?
Or whoever,
All right,
anybody in your
if
family?
she had sex with anybody,
What would you do?
I'd probably get divorced.
You'll get divorced?
Yeah, I'd probably get divorced. What am I going to do, beat her up?
No, I ain't saying you're going to beat her up.
Slap her around maybe a little bit? Put my hands around her throat?
Oh, you
Cut
wanna do
off
that?
her air supply? Nah, that's not me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'd be pissed off. I'd be mad. I'd be enraged. And I know I'm going to lose a good woman and everything I had and lose the mother of my children. She won't be in my house anymore.
You probably muff up, too.
You find a woman I ever put my hands on. You go and find one.
You the man then, I guess, huh?
I'm not the man. I am a man. And I think a real man doesn't put his hands on a woman.
Okay.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, you know, I did what I did. You know, I'm facing the consequences right now.
And what's the consequences?
You know, I got in trouble with the law about it, you know.
Let me ask you, if the law didn't, if there was no consequences, would you stop? Would you stop hitting her? Would you stop choking her? How long has he been abusive to you?
For 6 years.
And when that man that you love, he's squeezing the life out of your throat.
In front of my kids.
He did it in front of your children.
I've been side by side in the drive-by. I've seen people killed. I've seen my little sister trying to do it.
You know, I'm getting high, running the streets, fighting. And I've been doing it since I was 10.
Lost your virginity at 11 years old.
Yeah, I'm addicted to sex already.
Let me ask you, if the law didn't, if there was no consequences, would you stop? Would you stop hitting her? Would you stop choking her?
Yeah, I probably would.
Probably?
I mean, you know, it first is going to start with me, you know. I know that already.
You're 29 years old. It's not like you're some kid running the streets. You're a grown man. You're a father of 2 children. What the hell are you thinking? You've been locked up in the past 2 weeks for beating her up. In the past 2 weeks. This ain't ancient history. This is an ongoing thing. And you honestly don't think your little girl's not going to grow up knowing what you did, how you treated their mother? And you know what's sick? Then women like that, they grow up and they think that's the way they're supposed to be treated. They think that's the way it is. And you give them a lifetime pass to get slapped by some man thinking it's all right. You better believe the damage you're doing, whether you want to believe it or not. And you know, as bad as that is, 2 weeks ago, you get a $20,000 settlement. And your fiance says you spent it all on yourself, bought nothing for your 2 children, and that she had to go out and even borrow money from a friend for diapers. $20,000. So did you spend any money on your little girls?
Few bucks here and there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Me and her was feuding or whatever. I probably
spend more than a few bucks
I probably
on
should have
yourself?
left a little bit more money behind than what I did, but you know, I went out splurging, doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? We trying to work or whatever, though. You know?
You know what? You're a father. You are a father. At what point you're out running around splurging and acting a fool? Exactly when do you grow up?
Hopefully soon here, then, man. You know?
Hopefully. Spend any of that money on other women?
No.
Think about it for a while.
I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe it's a few drinks.
If a drink here and there is what you want to call spending on a woman, then yeah.
Did you buy anything for your kids?
No.
Why is that?
I haven't had time to even be around the kids.
You've been time
When I
buying
was
strange
doing what I was
females in the
doing-
bar drinks, but you can't buy your own children a present? You could have time running, splurging, spending, buying women drinks that aren't the women you're with, but you don't have time for your two special women? You don't have time to go buy them something? Diapers? Why are you here?
To ask my fiance for forgiveness.
For forgiveness?
Yeah, for what I done.
And why should she forgive you?
Because I think I can make a change with this stuff here, what I done did, you know?
And when are you going to make that change?
As soon as possible. I haven't drank in like about a week.
Wow, that's willpower, man.
Oh, yeah? That's what it is?
Do you think that's what it is?
Whatever, man.
Whatever. The Song of the Coward. I love it. Think she'd do anything to deserve this kind of treatment? Your fiancée should do anything bad that you had to do this to her?
She just need to watch her mouth, you know what I'm saying, when she talking to me.
She has
I
to
be
watch her
telling her.
mouth.
Just feel like calm down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be all right. She just keep on yapping off, telling her friends everything. What they got to do with my business?
So your girl says you drink too much, do you?
I don't think I do.
Well, how much do you drink?
I
Enough
mean,
where you're blacking out afterwards.
I mean, just when I drink, I drink.
When you
know what
drink,
I'm
you
saying?
drink.
Yeah.
And when you don't, you don't.
When I don't, I don't.
You're a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, I know.
But you drink so much that when you drink, you'll lose control and you start doing things that you shouldn't be doing, right?
Yeah.
Slapping her around a little bit, muffing her, doing whatever you do. So you don't have control of yourself as a man when you're drinking. You might do something real stupid. You might end up even in jail, right? It
Yeah,
happens.
sometimes.
Sometimes. How many 29 years old, how many times you been locked up?
Say about 24, 25 times.
How often you drink?
When I'm in the house with her, every chance I can get out the house.
So when you get out of the house, you start drinking?
I sneak off to the liquor store or something.
And you said you cheat on her, right?
Yeah, I cheated on her.
She cheat on you?
And she cheated on me in the past.
Why would you stay with a woman like that? If you're doing
Because
that,
I love her.
Because you love her.
Yeah, I love her.
And how do you show that love?
I've been showing it here and there, you know.
Here and there. Well, let's bring her out. Let's hear what she has to say.
And you want me to sit
I don't
down?
know why you think this is such a joke.
Huh?
You act like this is a damn joke. This is serious. And you're getting on my damn nerves. I'm watching you back there and I'm getting pissed off. For real. Because it's all so funny. But it's not funny. It's old and it's stupid. You look like a dumbass.
2 kids, 6 years later, and he's got 30 days to change. Why would he change when you don't make him change?
She's thinking about stealing cars, having sex with older people.
Lost her virginity at 11 years old.
Yeah.
She's trying to be like me.
She wants me to change, but no one can change me.
How long you
It's
been
getting
with them?
so old. 6 years.
6 years, and how old are your children?
2 and 8 months.
How long has he been abusive to you?
For 6 years.
Okay, this is a crazy question. Why
Why?
would you stay with this man and have children with him?
Because Waddell
when
has
he's
a lot of
abusive?
potential. He can be a good person, and anybody can say whatever they want to say, but when
No,
Waddell's
let's-
sober,
nobody's gonna say anything.
When
We're
Waddell's
only hearing
sober,
what
he's
you
a
say.
wonderful person. He really is. When he's been drinking, he acts like a completely different person, and he takes a lot of it out on me, and that's what I'm sick of.
And how does he take it out on you?
He likes to get loud and start talking, and then we get to arguing. He says I run my mouth. I don't see how it's running my mouth when I'm just, I'm just asking for a change. I'm not asking for too much.
So you told our producers he strangled you.
Mm-hmm.
That must have scared you. Big guy, put his hand around your neck. This is a guy that you obviously have
Love.
some level of trust with, right? Love.
Mm-hmm.
And when that man that you love, that man that you're having children with, he's squeezing the life out of your throat. What the hell's going
In
through
front
your
of
mind?
my kids.
What's that?
In front of my kids.
He did it in front of your children.
In front of my 2-year-old.
What is going through your mind when he's
She
doing
didn't
that?
see that.
She did see it. She was laying in the bed.
She was laying in the bed. We was in the front room.
It was in the bedroom up against the wall.
So it's better that you choked her out of sight.
It's not good at all.
That's my point. And you called the police and they got locked up.
Yeah, I waited until he fell asleep.
I'm sure the police were
think
very
it's
happy
funny.
about that. Made things easier for them, right? I'm told you want to marry him?
We've talked about it, but you see I ain't done it.
And why don't you?
Because I don't feel right about it right now.
Okay.
Until what all changes.
And how long will you give him to change?
Well, a week ago I told him 30 days. He's got 30
How
days.
about you've given him 6 years?
I know.
And so what, another 30 days? And what
Well-
happens after that? Another 30 days?
No. 30 days.
And what happens after, and what changes has you got to make?
Well, getting a stable job. Stop arguing around the kids.
What about the drinking?
And that's the biggest thing.
And what does he have to do? Stop drinking?
He needs to.
And you say that's when all the problems start, is when he starts drinking.
Yes, sir.
How about the fact that he comes in all this money, doesn't spend any on you, doesn't spend any on your 2 little girls, but he spends it on himself?
At first, I couldn't even control myself. I almost had a nervous breakdown, and my mom had to get me under control because I was so pissed off. I've calmed down a little bit, but I think it's messed up. He didn't even buy his kids a pack of Pampers. Nothing. Not a damn, nothing. Nothing.
Do you think he's a good father?
Yes.
So let me get this straight.
To his children.
Drinks too much, beats the mother of his children, right?
Make it like I
He
beat her
doesn't
like
beat.
that.
It's not like that. It's not like he beats me on a regular basis, but yes. he
Semi-regular basis?
does. He puts his hands on me.
2 weeks ago, he strangled you and went to
Yes.
jail for it.
Yes.
I don't know. What would you call it? You want to downplay
a violent-
it. If you're here and he's a good guy and you're okay with
No.
that, and you're okay with him trying to strangle you, why are you
Oh, I'm not
downplaying
okay
his
with it.
actions?
I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it.
You yourself said your 2-year-old daughter saw it.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly does he have to do for you to say, no more? My God, why would he change when you don't make him change? You don't
Right.
lay the law down.
That is the truth.
My thing is,
That's the truth.
it's smiling, it's
He thinks
funny.
it's funny. I don't
But you know the
it's
truth
funny.
is,
laughing at you.
you
It's funny.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're laughing at
It's
me.
not funny.
You tolerate it,
So
and
then
he
it-
knows you're not
He
going
knows
to
I'm
do
not
anything.
serious.
He doesn't have to change because you're going to keep putting up with it. You went to jail 2 weeks ago for choking her out, for strangling her. And why'd you wait till he was asleep? Because you were scared of him?
Yeah.
Because if you would have been calling 911, what would
I
you have
wouldn't have
done?
been able to.
You wouldn't have been able to. Because he would have physically stopped you from calling, right? So he goes to jail. You actually get him out of the house. He's in
I know
jail.
it's fine.
Why do you let him back in?
I don't know. I
You
don't know.
See,
Stupidity.
here's the thing, Jackie. You try to really help somebody. And from what you're saying, sounds like a very serious situation.
is.
Like a bad, screwed up situation. And then you try to help, you try to rectify the
know.
problem, you remove the problem,
And
and then
bring
a
it
week
back.
later, you're letting them back in. You know what? It seems like you're okay with this. It seems like, no, I got to say, I don't see a whole lot of passion in you. I don't even see that you're scared of this guy. I think you're just tolerating it. I don't think you
Why
want
would
to.
she be scared?
Why would she be scared?
Yeah.
If somebody tried to choke me out and I had to wait to call the police until they were asleep, I think that's reason enough that I would say I'm scared.
She done broke my nose and everything before.
She broke your nose.
Yeah, she broke my
So
nose.
you're the victim up here. You're the domestic violence victim up here, huh? I should be protecting you.
I was that day.
Right?
I was the victim that day.
You need my help? You need my help to protect you?
I probably needed you that day.
That day. Well, you know
You
what?
deserve that.
You know what? Again, I don't want to waste any more time. I don't want to waste my audience time.
Right.
I don't think you're serious about it. When you're serious and you really want my help, then you call me and I'll come back. Waddell was arrested for putting his hands on Jackie. He's in jail, and Jackie says she's done with him. I'm told that you cut yourself.
I do.
What?
I break a shaving razor and use that razor. I started cutting on my arms, on my legs.
She wants me to change, but no one can change me.
You're being stupid. This life that you're living is not fun. You need to stop. The gang isn't going to be there for you.
Dee Dee, you're 15 years old. Why are you here?
Well, Steve, I've been running with the gang. This is my second time on probation. I actually am supposed to have a leg monitor on my leg. I don't have it on right now because of the flight. I'm supposed to have it on 24/7. For the gang, I've sold crack, sold weed, smoked cocaine, weed. Actually, to this day, I still smoke weed. And everything I've done for the gang. I've been side by side in drive-by, and I did it all for the gang, you know. They showed me unconditional love.
And so you're doing drive-bys.
Yes, I was side by side in drive-by.
Side by side in driveways. Is that an act of unconditional love to somebody?
They were there for me.
Why would you be in a gang to begin with?
My mother worked 2 jobs. She was never home. When she was home, I was at school.
She's a single mother?
Yes.
Working 2 jobs? Trying to support her children?
Yes.
Let me know when you get to the bad part.
She was never there. She was always at work. She was never home with the kids. She was
But
struggling.
your mom's she's not on drugs or anything, right?
No.
She's not a prostitute,
No.
heroin addiction. Just a single mother working 2 jobs.
Yes.
So you got nothing bad to say about your mother.
She was never there.
She ever beat you?
No.
Doesn't beat you, not drinking, not doing drugs, working 2 jobs to support her family. Gosh, you know what that sounds like to me? Unconditional love.
But at the same time, that is exactly what the gang was showing me. You know, at least I was with somebody who I knew cared for me.
Or you think that cares for
Yeah,
you.
I thought they cared for me.
You say that you wear a leg monitor, right?
Yes.
Because you're under house arrest?
Yes.
Now, what's the next step after an ankle monitor? Someday you'll be going to jail, right?
Yes.
Who's going to come visit you, your mother or the gang?
I realized that the hard way. The gang pulled me away from my family. And then they turned their backs on me. I started to realize that the stuff I was doing was wrong. I see my little sister doing it. She looks up to me. She follows in my footsteps.
And how does that make you feel?
It hurts me to death. Like I said, I've been side by side in the drive-by. I've seen people killed. I've had to be on the streets selling coke and weed to get money for the gang. And I realized I've seen my little sister trying to do it, trying to get in the gang, and I realized that's not what I want. I don't want my little sister trying to be like me. And if she does want to be like me, I want my life to be the right life.
You've already, at the age of 15, have been charged with 2 felonies?
Yes.
And you've been taken to juvenile centers,
Yes.
juvenile detention. You're 15 now. When did you start getting involved in these gang activities?
When I was 14 years old.
So you did it for like a year, a couple of years?
Yeah.
I'm told that you cut yourself.
I do.
And why would you cut yourself?
After the gang turned their backs on me, like I said, I had nobody. I had turned my back on my family. I thought the gang was gonna be there for me. It turns out they didn't care about me. Once I hit in trouble, they left me. They didn't come by and see me. I got really upset about that. I started cutting on my arms, on my legs.
And what do you use? A knife or a razor blade? What?
I break a shaving razor and use that razor.
And when you're doing it, what do you get out of it, cutting your own flesh?
The pain goes away mentally for the time that you cut.
But isn't there something else that you can do? Talk to your mother, talk to your sister.
I was always afraid that I would get rejected.
Are you done with the cutting now?
Yes.
Okay, so, and how were you able to stop?
I sat down and I realized cutting's nothing good. Once you get done cutting, once that pain comes back, the problem's still gonna be there. You have to solve your problems, talk to somebody, tell them how you feel, you know?
And I'm told you're having sex with older men.
Yes.
And why are you doing that?
The younger men only want one thing, and that's not what I'm looking for. The older men show me the love and compassion that a man should show his girlfriend.
Really? And these older men, how old are they?
19, 18.
I'm going to give you a little clue. They all want the same thing. Does this game teach you anything?
You know how to fight, stand up
How to
for my
fight.
side.
You know how to fight?
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Give Uncle Steve a slap.
No.
But I see your daughter going to give you a hug and you kind of brush her away. But I think when your daughters do get to spend time with you and they come to you, I don't think you brush them off. I think you embrace your child and you give her a hug. And you are on house arrest for what?
Stealing cars.
Stealing cars. And you're here today because you have a little sister that's 13 years old?
Yes.
From what I understand, you're saying you understand that we're going down a really bad path.
I'm ready to change.
You're ready to change. And the worst thing that could happen is if your sister follows in your footsteps with some of the things that you did.
I started talking to her about the stuff that I was doing, but I realized I shouldn't have done that. She was only 12 years old, 13 years old at the time. She takes everything to heart. She's going to start following me, and that's not what I want. I want her to see that my life is not the life she wants to have.
And what is your sister doing?
She is trying to run with the gang. She's thinking about stealing cars. She is having sex with older people. She's trying to be like me. And that is exactly what I do not want for her.
Do you blame yourself for this?
I do.
Because of the...
For talking to her about it and telling her how I was.
Did you glamorize it when you were talking to her?
I did.
Dee Dee, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go backstage. I'm going to talk to your sister. I'm going to bring her out, talk to you, and I'll give you a chance to come out and talk to your sister. All right? If you'll go back out there. All right, Dee Dee's sister is 13 years old. Her name is Abigail. Let's bring her out. How you doing, Abigail?
I'm good.
You want to sit down?
No.
No? Can I sit down? You don't mind, do you? Because I'm old and I'm tired. So your older sister's here, and she's 15 years old, and she talks about doing a lot of bad things. Being in a gang, figures, the gang ain't so great, changes her ways, she starts cutting herself, mutilating her own body. What do you think about those things?
You know, I really don't care. You know, that's her. That's her problem. I don't do it, so it's all her.
It's all her? You don't care about anything that your sister does?
No.
Do you love your sister?
Yeah.
She's worried that she's been a bad role model for you, Abigail. She feels that she had, I mean, your sister comes on. It's got to be tough for a 15-year-old girl to come on TV and say, I've been a bad big sister and I'm leading my little sister down a bad path. I don't want my little sister to go down there. Don't you think that's pretty brave of your sister to come on here and do that?
Well, no, because she, she's faking it. Once we get back home, she's going to go ahead and do what she was doing. She's going to still act bad. She's just faking it.
She's faking it.
Yes.
So what's the whole point of this?
She thinks she wants me to change, but no one can change me.
Why can't we change you?
Because,
What are you doing wrong?
I'm getting high, running the streets, fighting. I go and drive-bys. I do whatever. I do everything when my gang wants me to, so I go ahead and do it.
Is that a really smart way to live your life, that join a group of people that are just doing idiotic things and you're going along because they say to do it?
I mean, I don't care. It's fun.
Is it fun?
Me.
Is it really fun to like do hurtful things to other people?
Yeah, it actually is.
And how is it fun? How do you take pleasure out of that?
Because if I get mad or anything, I could take it on somebody else. It really don't matter. My mom's not there to listen, either is my sister.
You're in a gang, smoking weed at 13, sleeping with older men.
Yep.
Lost your virginity at 11 years old. You slept with 3 or 4 guys since. You also date women. So at 13 years old, you're all over the place. When you say you're sleeping with older men, how old the men are you sleeping with?
19.
19. And why do you think you're sleeping with these 19-year-olds?
Because, I'm addicted to sex already. It don't bother me. Age ain't nothing but a number. I don't really care.
I love you with all I have. I am your gang. I'm your mother. Me, I am all that you need.
You're being stupid. This life that you're living is not fun. You need to stop. The gang isn't going to be there for you.
When you go to see a doctor someday and he either tells you you're pregnant or you got HIV or you got something else, will it just be a number then? Maybe I lived to 15 or 16 or 17?
It really won't bother me. I don't care.
It really won't bother you. You'll sit there in the face of death at 15, 16, 17 and say, I don't care.
Yep.
I'm going to die.
I really don't care.
How did you develop such toughness at such a young age?
Because I was raised in the hood and
You
I
were
got
raised
taught.
in the hood and they
Yep.
taught you. And what makes you tough?
Because I get in fights,
get in fights.
Everybody's scared of me and I don't
Everybody's scared of you.
Yep.
Well, exactly what are they scared of?
Me, just me.
Just you. I'm sorry, but I have a lack of fear right now.
I really don't care.
Oh, Lord. So you're a sex addict at 13. How often are you having sex?
Probably twice a day.
Twice a day. Do you use any kind of birth control or protection for yourself? Nothing.
Nope.
No interest in protecting yourself. And is there anything that you do care about?
My gang.
Your gang. The almighty gang. And what does the gang do for you?
They get me money. They get me weed.
They give you money. And they give you weed. What else do they give you?
They give me love.
So family means nothing to you?
Nope.
So if somebody walked up and shot your mother in the head, you wouldn't care?
Nope.
No. But does this gang teach you anything?
Yep.
Tell me what they teach you.
You know how to fight, stand up
How
for
to fight.
myself.
You know how to fight?
Yep.
Can you show me a punch?
No.
Why not?
Because I have to have somebody up here.
Officer Mike, can you come up here, please? Police officer's going to arrest you.
I'm not gonna fight him.
You don't have to fight. He's not going to do
I
anything.
ain't even gonna do anything to you.
I just want to see a punch. You don't have to. Just pretend he's there and throw a punch at him.
Right here, right here.
The gang teaches you how to fight.
No.
Right? Yeah, you're the toughest girl, 13-year-old on the planet.
No.
Here's a freebie. I'll tell you what. Forget Officer Mike. Give Uncle Steve a slap.
No.
Just give me one of those, like I'm one of the other gang girls from another gang.
No.
I spit on your gang. What do you think your future is?
I mean, I do go to school.
Oh, you do go to school. Why?
Because, I mean,
Won't the gang
I like
just
school.
take care? Don't you get a pension plan from the gang?
No, I mean, I like going to school.
You like going to school. And what do you like about going to school?
Because, I mean, I like my teachers. And
You must like learning then. So how can that be? If you like going to school and you actually like your teachers and you like learning, which is very good to hear, then how could you possibly think that any of these other people, they're in this gang or whatever you want to call it, how could they possibly try to do anything for you? These teachers are there, and why are they there? To help you get along, to be a better person, so you can do something with your life. You could achieve so much. Your sister, she's regretting it already. She's only 15 years old. Now, do you really enjoy doing bad things?
no, not really.
Do you plan on finishing school?
Yeah.
Is this, I mean, you hear your sister, the life that she's living, what you're living, is this really something that you want?
No.
I would hope not. And I could see it in your eyes a little bit. I want to bring your sister out because your sister really wants to talk to you. Let's bring your sister back out. Now, Dee Dee, your sister says you're faking this, that you're just going to go back to that life when you get back, that you really don't mean it.
You're being stupid. This life that you're living is not fun. I have to wear an ankle monitor 24/7. I can't go to anybody's house. That's not how you want to live, is it? Then why are you doing this?
Because I see you doing it.
You see me trying to change here. I don't want to go to jail again. You need to stop. You need to love your family to death, appreciate mom and everything that she's going to do and has done for you. You need to love your family, Abby. I am here for you. I am trying to change my life. You do not want to go down the path that I've been down. I'm telling you, Abby, it's rough. It's hard. The gang isn't going to be there for you. They're just brainwashing you. Once you get in trouble, they're not going to be there for you. You see, my gang isn't there for me. I want to show you that I love you. I love you more than that gang ever will. You're not going anywhere good. You want to graduate school? What do you want to be?
A lawyer?
You can't be a lawyer running with the gang. You're not. You can't be a lawyer judging gang members. You're in a gang yourself. That's a big hypocrite. You can't, Abby.
You're starting to cry. Why are you starting to cry?
It's the truth.
What is the truth?
Everything she's saying, it's true.
Well, your mother's backstage, and this is hard for her to watch. I want to bring your mother out.
Let me tell you both something. I was 17 years old when I had your brother. It is hard. It is extremely hard to take care of him when I was young. Okay, I've told y'all over this. We have a family member at the age of 9 years old that was kidnapped, raped, and left for dead. Okay, when she finally awoke, she asked for her sister. I cannot do this.
You know, I hear you just say that, but I see your daughter going to give you a hug and you kind of brush her away. And I'm like, you know what? I understand you're working 2 jobs, and I believe me, I've been the one defending you out here. I'm saying, hey, these 2 young girls, they have a mother that busts her butt and is working. But I think when your daughters do get to spend time with you and they come to you and they want they need something from their mother, like a hug, I don't think you brush him off. I think you embrace your child and you give her a hug.
I love you with all I have. I love you both with everything. I don't know what else to do. I just want y'all to listen, behave, and trust my judgment because I've been there, done that. I want y'all to be my little girls. I do not want to find y'all, someone come and tell me that I have to go identify the bodies of my daughters. Just get out of all of this. I am your gang. I'm your mother. Me. I am all that you need. Is me. Okay? Please, please, Dee Dee.
I'm ready to change, Mama. I'm ready. I'm done with everything. I'm trying to help Abby. I'm ready. We can do it together.
I love you.
I love you too. We love you, Mama.
Are y'all promise that you ain't gonna be stealing cars or nothing anymore?
I can promise you, Mother, I'm ready. I'm done.
When we get back home, everything